डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी।
Namaste friends, I Dr. Himanshu Patel welcome you from the Chaitanya studio of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University. We are in lecture series on Excel, Microsoft Excel, and we are in second lecture of Microsoft Excel. In last lecture we have discussed about basic functionality, that is Excel interface, how to work with row, column, cell, workbook, worksheet, and how to save, close and open your file. We have also learned about how to write basic formula in Excel. So, in this lesson we will learn some of the advanced features of Excel 2003, that is advanced formula, function, sorting, filtering, chart, subtotal and about self reference. So, here today we will do 4 exercises which covers all these features of Excel that we have discussed. So, let us start with writing some of the exercise in Excel so that you can better learn these features. तो मित्रों આજે આપણે એક્સેલના ઘણા ફીચર્સ વિશે વાત કરશું અને આ માટે આપણે એક 4 પ્રેક્ટિકલ એક્સરસાઇઝનો અભ્યાસ કરશું જેથી કરીને તમને એના અગત્યના ફીચર્સ જેવા કે શોર્ટિંગ, ફિલ્ટરિંગ, ચાર્ટ, સેલ રેફરન્સ, એડવાન્સ ફોર્મ્યુલા અને અમુકવાર આપણે ફંક્શનનો પણ ઉપયોગ કરશું. તો આ બધા ફીચર સમજવા માટે આપણે 4 પ્રેક્ટિકલ એક્સરસાઇઝ લખશું. તો ચાલો આપણે શરૂ કરીએ. અહીં તમે સ્ક્રીન પર જોઈ શકો છો આપણી પાસે પહેલો પ્રેક્ટિકલ એક્સરસાઇઝ છે જેની અંદર આપણને આ પ્રમાણેનું ટેબલ બનાવવાનું છે જેમાં આપણે એમ્પ્લોયીની પે સ્લિપ બનાવવા માગીએ છીએ. અહીં નામ છે એમ્પ્લોયીનું, તેનું ડેઝિગ્નેશન, એના મંથ અને યર, જે મંથ અને યરની પે સ્લિપ છે એ લખવાનું છે અને આપણે કોઈપણ પે સ્લિપ છે એના 2 પાર્ટ હોય છે, એલાઉન્સીસ અને ડિડક્શન. તો એલાઉન્સીસની અંદર પે, ગ્રેડ પે, ડિયરનેસ એલાઉન્સ, હાઉસ રેન્ટ એલાઉન્સ અને અન્ય એલાઉન્સનો સમાવેશ થાય છે. ડિડક્શનની અંદર ઇન્કમ ટેક્સ, જીપીએફ, પ્રોફેશનલ ટેક્સ વગેરેનો સમાવેશ થાય છે. હવે જ્યાં ક્વેશ્ચન માર્ક આપ જોઈ શકો છો એ જગ્યાએ તમારે ગણતરી કરવાની છે. Now what you have to calculated in question mark is described here. For example, we want to calculate DA as 90% of pay plus grade pay, that is these pay plus grade pay whatever it may be, we have to calculate DA as a 90% of pay plus grade pay. Likewise, there are other formulas for HRA, MA, TA, IT, GPF and professional tax. Now these data must be in Excel. This is in Word format, but we want to perform these exercise in Excel. So first we have to prepare this table in Excel. So I have already prepared this table for you and we will do these calculation one by one using formula and other features. So here you can see we have similar table available in Excel format. So here pay and grade pay is given, we have to calculate. So we will switch between Word and Excel to understand formula. So here first we calculate DA, which is 90% of pay plus GP. In last lecture we have learned about how to write basic formula. So here we have write down formula for DA. So easy is equal to pay, that is our B7 plus our GP, that is B8. Now, we want to calculate 90% of these. So, what you can do is into 90 divided by 100. So, our formula is B7 plus B8 into 90 divided by 100. Now, once your formula is completed, you have to press enter. So, here you can see that DA is calculated as a 90% of pay plus GP. Now, we move to HRA. Now, what is formula for HRA? We have already given that HRA should be 20% of pay plus GP. So, we have already write down formula for DA. So, likewise there is a formula for HRA. Now, here we write down pay, which is B7 plus GP, which is B8. Now, we want to calculate 20% of these. So, you can write down point multiplied by 0.20, or you can write down 20 divided by 100. So, this is a 20% of pay plus GP. Here in formula bar you can see the formula. Okay. So, similarly, we want to calculate all these. So, here medical allowance is 1%. So, likewise we can write down these, you can write down fixed, for example 250. Now, assume that it is 250. Now, medical allowance is 1%. Now, you have to tell what will be the formula. So, you can easily understand it is pay plus GP into 1%. So, 1 divided by 100. So, you can see that it is a 216. Now, likewise we calculate TA, which is 10%. So, here I write down formula for 10% of pay plus GP. So, here it comes. Now, in other allowance we can write down whatever we want. Now, what is total earnings? Sum of all these. Now, in last lecture we have learned formula for writing sum. Here in standard toolbar you can see here there is a auto sum feature. So, what we can do is we can press auto sum. So, you can see it automatically select all the cell that you want to sum. So, whenever you want to perform grand total, you can use this feature auto sum. Now, it write down formula as a is equal to sum. Sum is nothing but a function which sums a value of cell. Now, here it write down B7 colon B15. What does it mean? B7 is our starting cell which is pay, and B15 which is our last cell, and these B7 colon B15 is called range. Range means a collection of cell that you want to use in your formula or function. So, here sum function calculate sum of B7 to B15. So, this is how it performs sum. You can manually write down this formula also. So, here we learn about these auto sum feature, right. Now, we want to calculate these income tax, GPF, professional tax and all other parameters based on these value. So, here we switch to exercise. Now, we want to calculate IT as a 10% of pay. Pay means first B7. So, here formula will be is equal to 10% of what? B7. So, I write down B7 into 10 divided by 100. So, which is nothing but 10% of pay. So, this is a formula for income tax. Wherever formula is not given, you can assume suitable values. Now, GPF is 12% of pay plus grade pay. So, likewise formula will be is equal to pay plus GP into 12%. So, 12 divided by 100. So, this is a formula for GPF. Now, move ahead. We have professional tax is to be calculated in 3 slabs. For example, your professional tax is 100 if total earn is between 0 to 6,000. It is 150 if your earn is between 6,001 to 12,000, and if your total earn is greater than 12,000, you have to calculate your professional tax as a 200. Now how to do this in Excel? So, here we have to take decision based on certain values. So, for that we have one function available called if. Now, if the first criteria is between 0 to 6,000. So, I write down if. In logical test we have to write down some condition. So, condition is if total pay, which is nothing but B16. So, if B16 is less than 6,000, then now second parameter is value if true. So, if it is less than 16, our professional tax is 100. Now, value if false, in this third parameter you have to write down whether which value will come if it is false. So, for example, your total pay is not less than 6,000, it means it is greater than or equal to 6,000. So, here I have to correct this formula to is equal to include 6,000. Okay. So, it is not less than or equal to 6,000, it means automatically we can say it is greater than or equal greater than 6,000. So, next is a less than or equal to 12,000, then we have to calculate it as a 150, and if both the conditions are false, we can say it is a 200. Now, we have to close this if condition. So, here professional tax is calculated as a 200. Why? Because total earn is greater than 12,000. So, here if condition can be used, if function can be used, which test for some condition. First we check if it is less than or equal to 6,000, we can directly calculate it as a 100. If it is not less than or equal to 6,000, we check whether it is less than or equal to 12,000. So, we can calculate it as a 150, and if it is not so, it means it is greater than or equal to 12,000. So, we can write down 200. So, this is how you can use if condition. Now, move ahead. All other information we can enter manually, right. We can write down 400, for example, here it is 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, total deduction is sum of all these deductions. So, we can use these auto sum features to calculate all the deduction. Total deduction is 4,752. So, what is my net pay is? I can write down net pay is a total earn minus total deduction. So, this is my all formula. I hope you can understand these formulas. These are simple formula which make use of percentage calculation. This is calculated using AutoSum, and these professional text is calculated using if conditions, and if conditions has a 3 part. What is condition, what if true, what if false, and you can nested these conditions to make more decisions based on previous condition. So, this is how you can use if condition for calculating decision making formula, and all other formula you can understand easily. Now, we want to format this pay slip. So, how we can do that? You have to select these, then you have to go to format menu and select auto format. Here you can see there are many formats are available for formatting your table. For example, if I want to use this format, I can select and press OK. So, now you can see that my table is in predefined format, which is more attractive than default format. So, again you have to select, go to format, auto format, and whatever format you want to use you have to select and then press OK. So, this is how we can format our table. So, in these exercise we have learned about how to write down formula, how to use AutoSum features, how to format your table, and how to use if condition, right. Now, we want to perform another exercise which includes other features. So, we will move ahead with next exercise. So, I have copied this table into Excel, right. We perform step by step operation on these. So, first we want to calculate total marks using formula. Here total marks is out of 240, right. These mark is out of 35, these mark is out of 75, these mark is out of 35, and these mark is out of 100. And here we want to perform total of all 4 subjects, right. Here we want to perform sum of C3 to F3. So, what we can do is we can write down C3 colon F3. So, you can see the entire 4 marks are selected automatically based on our cell range, and then we have to press enter. So, 26 plus 56 plus 20 plus 80 is 184. Now, we want to apply same kind of formula here. So, every time you want to write down or perform total, you have to write down same formula. So, here it is sum and then range, which is C4 to F4, and then you have to press enter. So, if there are many number of rows, this task is very tedious. So, what you can do is you can move your cursor to these active cell. Now, by default this plus sign is converted into thin plus sign. Now, you just drag your mouse pointer up to row where you want to apply this formula. So, now you can see that it automatically calculates. You can see or view this formula bar to actually check the formula. So, here it is C5 to F5, it is C6 to F6, and here it is C7 to F7. So, this is a quicker way to write down formula. Now, next we want to calculate percentage. So, percentage is 184 out of 240. So, formula for percentage is 184 into 100 divided by 240. So, here is a formula: obtained marks into 100 divided by total marks. So, you can copy this formula by double clicking on this. So, it will automatically populate your formula in other cells. Now, you have to verify because Excel automatically calculates. So, here it is G4, here it is G5, here it is G6. So, our formula is correct. Now, I want to show only 2 decimal place over here. So, I can use these standard toolbar features, increase decimal or decrease decimal. Here we want to decrease decimal. So, I decrease until it becomes 2. So, this is how I can calculate percentage. Now, how to calculate result? We have given instruction. Now, you have to generate student results. To pass in exam, student must have at least 40% marks in each subjects, which is a normal condition for passing. Now, in case student is passed, we have to write down SC, and if student is failed, we have to write down NC, right. So, how to test this in Excel? So, here I want to check that student must be passed in all 4 subjects. So, here I can use if condition. So, here I write down if. Now, what is our condition? What is our condition is? So, our condition is that student must be passed in all the subjects. So, I can write down AND function for that. Inside AND you can write down n number of conditions which must be fulfilled to become true. If all conditions are fulfilled, then AND returns true, otherwise it returns false. So, my first condition is that these C3 greater than or equal to 14, which is 14%, 40% of 35. Now, second, D3 should be greater than or equal to 28, which is 40% of 70. Third condition is my E3 should be greater than or equal to 14, which is 40% of 35, and in last fourth subject marks, that is F3 must be greater than or equal to 40. If all these conditions are fulfilled, AND will return true. So, what if AND returns true? It means student is passed in all subjects. So, I can write down successfully completed. If student fails in any of the subject, we simply write down NC, and then if conditions terminates. So, our condition is that student must be passed in all subjects. So, appropriate condition is written using AND operator and AND function, and if it returns true, it means student is passed in all subject. If it returns false, it means student may be fail in one or more subjects. So, I write down NC and just press enter. So, here student is passed in all subjects. So, it returns SC. Now, you just double click these to say student is passed or fail. So, why it is NC here? Here it got 18 marks out of 70. So, it must be greater than or equal to 20. For example, if it is 28, it automatically becomes SC. So, that you can verify. So, this is how we can calculate results. Now, we want to find out average marks of first subject. So, formula is we can use average function, and then we have to provide range. So, this is how we can provide range, and then you have to press enter. So, average marks in first subject is 21.2. Similarly, you can write down is equal to average and then select range for which you want to calculate average. So, likewise you can also copy this formula. So, you can say average percentage is this, average total is this, and so on. Similarly, we can use minimum function. The function name is mean. So, minimum marks is 15 for first subject. Likewise, you can copy this formula for rest of the columns. Similarly, to find out maximum, we have max function. Now, we want to calculate number of pass in first subject. So, how can we say student is passed in first subject? So, if marks obtained is greater than or equal to 14, we can say student is passed in first subject. So, for that we have count function, but it will count all the records, but we want to filter. So, here in count if we can give range these. So, out of these student we want to identify how many are pass. So, our criteria is greater than or equal to 14, and then you have to complete the parenthesis. So, it means we want to identify number of students who obtained marks greater than or equal to 14. So, all 5 obtain marks greater than or equal to 14. Likewise, you can copy this formula. So, here we have to replace 14 by 28, otherwise it gives wrong result. So, only 4 student passed, this student is failed. Similarly, this formula is correct, and here we have to write down 40 instead of 14. So, again it does not reflect result, but formula is now correct. So, similarly, to calculate number of fails, we can use count if. We have to provide range, and now criteria is less than 14, not greater than or equal to 14, because we want to calculate fail. So, nobody is fail in this subject. Similarly, you can copy, but here you have to change 14 to 28, because passing criteria is 28. So, one student is failed, and here instead of 14 we have to write down 40, because maximum marks is 100. So, this is how we can calculate number of pass and number of fail student in each subject. To sort data in ascending order of percentage, select data that you want to sort, go to data menu, then select sort, and here you have to sort by percentage. So, it will automatically display all column names. So, I here select percentage and descending and then press OK. Now, you can say it rearrange all the data according to percentage. Likewise, you can sort data on any of these column, right. So, this is how you can perform sorting. The next task is show failed student row with red background using conditional formatting. Now, how can we say student is failed? So, if result is NC, we can say student is failed. So, whatever value you want to format using conditional formatting, first you have to select those value, then you have to go and select conditional formatting from format menu. So, here I select conditional formatting. Now, as its name suggests, conditional formatting set or format cell according to some condition. Now, our condition is that cell value is equal to NC. Now, if it is NC, we have to format background as a red. So, here is an example of how cell will look like, which is equal to NC in selected range. So, here I press OK. So, now it automatically highlights all those cells which are selected and apply these conditional formatting. Likewise, we have, for example, we want to highlight percentage which is greater than 70 in this range. So, first we select this range, then we go to format menu, select conditional formatting, and here we have to select greater than. Now, what is greater than is 70 and whatever you want to format is. So, for percentage greater than 17, I want to select green background. So, here all this background is converted into green or whatever format you have applied. So, this is one of the important features of Excel, which is conditional formatting.